My name is Jerry Straub. I've made 18 documentary films on poverty around the world. Because of their frank depiction of suffering caused by persistent poverty, the films are, at times, very difficult to watch. There was one notable exception, a film shot in Peru. In 2005, I made a sweet film titled The Patience of a Saint, which told the story of an American doctor who ran a home for destitute and seriously ill children in Chaclacayo, Peru. Chaclacayo is nestled in the foothills of the Andes, about 20 miles from Lima. The film featured amazing kids, all with a wide range of debilitating illnesses and severe handicaps. While it's a house of heartbreak and tears, it's also a house of hope and laughter. In a rather ordinary house, an extraordinary man, Dr. Tony Lazzara, has given his life so countless fragile, broken kids could have a life. While making The Patience of the Saint, I lived in a house for 15 days in January 2005, and in that short span of time, I fell in love with about 6 kids, all patients of this saintly doctor who has dedicated his life to caring for very sick kids who are too poor to be able to get adequate medical care. The house is known as Hogar San Francisco de Assis, the home of St. Francis of Assisi. Dr. Tony is a secular Franciscan. Inside this house, pain and suffering are nursed by love and hope. Eight years after The Patience of a Saint was released, I felt a strong impulse to return to Peru and spend a week with Dr. Tony and the kids. I found myself seeing the same things I filmed in 2005, but through different eyes. Over the course of the week, I gathered images and impressions and many tender moments. Being with those broken kids was truly healing. They put much of life into perspective. Their resiliency, exuberance, and joy was infectious. Equally inspiring were the volunteers, young men and women who put their lives on hold for a month to up to a year to simply serve the least of God's children, working long, hard days in obscurity, silently giving themselves away. Dr. Tony hated the title The Patience of a Saint. He doesn't see himself as a saint. He sees himself in far less glorified terms. In his tangible humility, he believes he is simply doing what God has given him to do. Moreover, he is too keenly aware of his own shortcomings, faults, and failures to think of himself in saintly terms. The fact that he is seen as a saint reminds us that we are all called to be saints in our own unique way, in accordance with our gifts and God's grace. Sainthood is not something reserved for special people like Dr. Tony. Sainthood is the vocation of all followers of Christ, as we do our best to emulate his self-emptying love. And Dr. Tony has emptied himself more than most, and in the process, over a period of 25 years, he has created a unique healing space, Hogar San Francisco de Assis, where, in the smile of a sick child, you can see the true beauty of the world, and resurrection is made possible.